I can't overemphasize enough. That's what really helped me through most everything, especially through Sierra Vista, was life's eternal, grace is infinite, right? So, and when you have faith in God, you no longer have the sacrifice, life of sacrifice. You're still, a part of the essence of existence. You're still, and so even though I don't think it's attachment to the life of sacrifice on this planet. That I think it's gratitude. You know, and then people, hell, if you don't like making love and eating pizza and gardening and eating fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff and drinking clean, fresh water, cool water, then, put yourself in build a space pod, put yourself up in, be like that one guy who drove mad on the planet with the disease thing and go take your space pod thing and fly it into the sun or something. I don't think there'll be that many of you. You know, you don't have to go there. Oh, no, that's a waste. It's just because if you hate it, you kill yourself. Well, maybe we could sit down and come up with an engineering solution, okay, through genocide, okay, for you to decrease the surplus population if that troubles you, with the end of genetic splicing to be Ishi, last of your tribe. If I can't fuck her, nobody can fuck her. Well, then let's eliminate your capacity to want to fuck. How can we do that for you? Like with Steffi, when she said she wanted to commit suicide that day when we were getting the family pictures, and she got upset because Mom had to buy outfits for me and Patrick to match hers in the photo, and she didn't get anything. And Mom was like, we went and bought you, Earl got money together, and we bought you like 5 different outfits. We went and got makeup and everything. And then we got makeup before, Mom made sure to get her makeup before we got the thing. We put the makeup on her, went to the thing, and because she didn't get an outfit, she got upset. It was something that she had from being a kid or stuff. And so Mom was like, really? Mom knew what it was. And then so she sits there, you want to commit suicide? Well, okay. Well, then Mom goes, you want to use pills? Do you want to slit your wrist and go in the bathtub, or try to gun, like Patrick did? She goes, oh, no, Mom, I don't want to commit suicide. My mom's like, well, I've wanted to too. Let's do it. How can we help you do it? That's what my mom did, just very calmly. She said, well, how do you want to do it? Let's get it over with. And after that, I didn't have that problem. Everybody else had problems with her. I'm going to kill myself, okay? And Kay used to tell me that users won't kill, they'll kill you, but they won't kill themselves. And after that, it didn't bother me. I spent 2 years, she's going to kill herself. Me and Patrick going through stress because of her with that. And when my mom called her on it, it's like, I was never worried about it again. I was like, she's going to kill herself. Yeah, she's going to kill herself. Okay, she'll kill you, but she won't kill herself. Right? She's a use, right? So it's like, what? Yeah, it's, when people realize, how to get their way and how to work you. Okay? As long as it gets the results that they desire, they're going to keep doing it. And there's always going to be something to upset them to make them do that. And you're like, fuck, if she ain't happy, nobody's happy, right? And it fucking sucks. It's horrible. It's torture. When Patrick went to live back with her, I felt sorry for her. She got to come, but he felt he had to take care of her because he's like his pops, right? And it's hard. And we're given life, and when people are abused by selfish people, and those residual effects cause those kind of issues. It's not Dr. Phil, it's a bird. And you don't, I want you to be able to take care of your own damn self because you get mad. It's like, fuck, seriously? Because you'd explain, okay, that happened, but that's not happening now. Like when we went to the hospital and the man examined her after she had Patrick, and she said she was sexually abused, and there was a nurse in the room with him and nothing. And it was like, and you want me to go and yell at this man? Yeah. And I can't. Me and the nurse are sitting there. What's wrong with her? So he checked her out, said everything looks great down there, and left. And she got up and said she was sexually abused by the man. I was like, he's an OBGYN. He's a gynecologist. Okay. You asked him to look and make sure everything was okay. He said everything looks great down there. I understand. There was a nurse in the room with yeah. Okay. Maybe he touched something, but you asked him to. He's a doctor. He's making sure everything's okay. And so me and the nurse were both like, she was like, no, it was pretty much standard. That's why they have in the military, when the doctor's in there examining a woman, you have to have a woman in there with her. And the nurse was standing there going, maybe I thought she was wrong, but I was like, I can't do it. You asked him to look at, there's not really anything I can do about that. We cannot see the doctor again. We can say about it. I can't. And then she was like, well, you're not back. It's like, you have done things to me. Okay. Okay. If this was Yolanda, I would be like, hey, someone's how long this doesn't happen. But not with Steffi. No. Okay. Steffi would tell you, she would sit there and you would do something and you did this. I didn't do that. What? And she's trying to kill you. Okay. And you're like going, but I didn't, okay, it was something that reminded her of something that happened to her when she was 8 years old. And then you would tell her, oh, I see, I said and did this and it reminded, but that's not happening right now. So and she goes, I want you to validate my feelings. I can't validate your feelings. They're not valid. They were then, but they're not now, because what's happening now is not what happened then. It's just something that's post-traumatic stress disorder. I explained that to her like I did with Miriam with the whole thing with the good. And she goes, who do you think you are? Sigmund Freud? It's like, no, it's pretty easy to ascertain. I didn't have my psychology class at Mesa Community Colleges until after we moved to Phoenix. Okay. So all these things that the psychologists that were telling me that I told Miriam and I told Stephanie while we were, in our relationships in North Carolina, I didn't go and get the validation that I was correct as a psychologist. And I didn't have Dr. Masson and the other guy until after, después, not primero. Okay. So this whole thing, like, he's just a parrot, he's just a parasite, he just takes the work of other great people. It's like, no, it's just understanding. I watched MASH. Okay. Sidney Freeman, I watched MASH. I did watch that. Okay, but I didn't read Piaget. I didn't read all that. I didn't get my child development and my psychology stuff until the only thing I got it from was watching MASH. Okay? Watching the psychologist on MASH. That's the only time I ever watched shows with psychologists. Oh, what, Mom? No, that was Quincy MD. That was a medical examiner. Okay, but no. Okay, but then I was able to understand, processes. This is eternity. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. And so, people, you're not stealing greatness from others. You're just basically observation, analysis, and processing. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. And I used to explain that to Mom with Eckankar, when she said, well, they've come back. I was like, no, Mom, that's not very likely that people are, but you can. Yeah. She said homosexual people, her and Mae Smith, that they're through, quote, reincarnation, they've been opposite sexes. And I was like, no, that usually doesn't typically happen. And typically it doesn't happen, but it can happen. So that's entirely tangible, that people that are homosexual might have been the opposite sex through a molecular similitude in the previous similitude. Okay. That explains a lot. Yes, it does. Okay. So Mom and Mae had, life being eternal, grace being infinite. Were, oh, okay. Me? No. Okay. I know I feel what women feel because I'm very connected to women, but no, I said, no, you that's an exit only, and you keep that no, and I'm not cupping the no. Not only no, but hell no. Sexual acts with a man is just no. It's not appealing at all. Okay. I don't want to be Cowboy Wayne. I want to learn how to do yoga. With George Carlin, if you lick your penis, those kids at Southwest Airlines, you only know, like Carlin said, if I could, I'd never leave the house. But do you want to book a flight? I was just being sarcastic. I got it from George Carlin. I'm not George Carlin. Right? So no. No, not no. Okay. When I use my hand, she's whatever hot woman I want her to be. Right here. Nola, do you know? Mars Blackman gets it, right? Do you understand? So, Earl, seriously. So when you're dealing with people, you got to understand life is eternal and grace is infinite. And people that are willing to go to extremes to get their way, need policing. Okay, I mean, to get to them, what's the name of that? Plato's Republic. The police should not want to be police, right? You don't want to have to police people. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. 1 and 1 is 2. Right. So get her out of here because we don't need a virtual presence. Right. And so, so a lot of the psychological problems we have is because of delusions of human authority and grandeur and thinking they need debt and trespass in order to maintain it, which technically they do. It does require debt and trespass to maintain delusions of human authority. So yes, but we don't need debt and trespass. Okay. Soft surveillance will do. And being a gracious good shepherd, when you have excellent forms of communication, understanding, applications of physics through linguistics and actions, a lot of the success of compulsive behavior, Minneapolis, people doing candlelight visuals in front of body repair shops in El Paso, right? That's damned fucking just pathetic and insulting. That you guys are doing shit that they did back during Woodstock in the 60s. And Parsons is on YouTube and lives just north of San Ysidro. And he's been busting his ass so your children don't have to be abused by debt and trespass. And you're so fucking afraid of Fort Bliss you can't get out of the way of your white sandbox selves. That's bad. Okay? And I tell people that too. You go on camera. They caught you on camera. It wasn't me. They stayed until it was over. It wasn't me. We saw the marks on your shoulder. It wasn't me. I'm going to tell her all that I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused. I've been listening to your reasoning and your Nobel Prize makes no sense at all. You may think that you're a prophet, but you're completely lost. That's why I say pathetic, not prophet. Right. You play ball like a pervert and you coach like a pervert and you business is for perverts. Gracious good shepherd. Gracious good shepherd. Sing, Vanessa Williams. Sing. Okay, do you understand? So, bye-bye, Birdie. I'm watching that going, I would be so upset if I was Rick Fox just watching my wife do that in front of other people with when all the white guys sit there and pulled her across the thing and she was all dancing. So I was like, that would upset me. Be like, that's my wife. Like with Amy. When people screwed around with her, I knew her, they freaked out on her mole that she freaked out on. I was like, that's my mole. I'm not superficial and stupid about that mole. Other guys that are shouldn't be having sex with her. That's not right. That's going to affect, if there's a child conceived, that's going to affect the child and the child's self-esteem. And if the mom's really attractive, or is the guy just fucking the mom to show up the other guy because he's jealous of the other guy? And that's wrong. Do you see how broken you are? 8 Machiavellian lessons that will make you dangerously smart. Yeah, you're a danger to yourself. Smartphone. Okay, so it fucking sucks, right? So, trust me, I've got this. Gotcha. Okay, I like that song too. But I like my favorites. I have lots of. There's not really favorites. I like Como la Flor. That's really good. No me quiero más. I think of all the ones that they wrote into that's like, that one gives me goosies and makes me cry. So I think as far as, of all the songs that they did, I think No me quedo más is my, I love that song. It makes me cry, literally. Yeah, it gives me goosebumps and makes me cry. And they don't even have it on the stinking freaking movie, and it's so good, right? And yeah, that song is so good. Oh my God, that song is good. It's, yeah. Anybody else really just particularly adore that song? Particularly adore it? It's really good. I like Como la Flor, but I could fall in love. I like and Dreaming of You. Yeah, but no me quedo. Oh, that song is so good. Don't you love the horns? You from the Mesilla Valley too? All right. Yeah. And anybody who doesn't like it, you're just jealous, so sod the fuck off. Seriously. It's wonderful. I like Bitty Bomba. I like Bitty Bomba too. But that song is, that one gives me goosebumps. Oh, it's good. Yeah. And her Tu Solo 2 is good, and her Restless Bull is just, So mischievous and so, oh my gosh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Cinch us up, get me a beer. Yeah, it's wonderful. That's Chris's wife. Back off, right? And in La Futura, you won't be sitting there. You'll just, um, like I used to tell Steffi, you're my Janet Jackson. I used to tell Amy, you're my Jennifer Lopez, right? And so you got to understand. Yeah, he got his. I got mine. So he goes, well, do my thing. Like just a love machine. And I won't. No, we're not machines. We're human beings. Okay. And love has nothing to do with mechanization or mechanics. Okay. It has to do with understanding life's eternal, grace is infinite, and holy covenants are perfect. And one day they died, and their graves were side by side on a hill where robins sing. And they say violets grow there all year long, for their hearts are full of spring. He has tons of good songs. Tender Love and Care is a damn good one of them. Yeah, they're using it to sell food that's held hostage. Bastards, you dirty bastards. Okay. Whoa, that's a really good song. Tender Love and Care makes a life worth living. That's why they used it for the commercial. Why do you think they use But I'd Like to Get to Know You for a commercial? Because it's good. At Last, because it's good. Dave Brubeck's talking about because it's good. Okay? They're going to use songs. Okay, it's going to draw your attention. It's a good song. There is someone behind you. Turn around. Look at me. Right? It's a good song. Okay? And idiots want to sell you something. Instead of, that's a good song, let's enjoy it together. There you go. Toot, sweet, get yourself together, toot, sweet, sweet. Okay, so, but, people are going to do, well, like David Rockefeller told me in my head in Sierra Vista, they'll gladly kill over me, my grandpa's money, and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons. They'll do it to the bitter end. And I was like, no, they won't. That's just crazy. Never mind. Who in their right mind would forget how much I love babies? The answer to the question is in the question. Brain injuries. And supplements? No. What you're going to have to do is be humble, understand, and then apply physics of humble understanding as opposed to, you're the winner. He signed your bill, now you're law, right? And so that's happening right now. It's very difficult, obviously, to fix their technology. And I looked at it, and instead of getting hopeless and saying, oh, the computer, on the Joe Rogan thing, I stopped watching. Like, why? Because if I watch, it's going to make me feel hopeless. I'll never fix this shit. It's like, are you kidding? I'm fixing this shit. That's one quantum computer. One. It's one. 1, 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. And it's going to get the answer that they want it to be to continue being, I am the source of celebrity. I am your controller. We are killing the right people with these genocide operations. You guys just don't understand it yet because you're not smart enough to understand what's going on with your brain. So sell these supplements right and then root around with the big stick till we get the clot out right. That's okay. Thanks. I'll just die. Okay. Do you understand? Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Come on, molecular structure. Let's be born in Eureka when they parked all the cars, bars, and bars. I don't know. Where do you want to be born? I don't know. How about Corona? Okay. Goodbye, Rosie. The green Corona. See me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Right. So, I'm good. I'm really good. Okay. And the nice thing is through all this abuse and everything like that, let's just focus on living the Lord's Prayer and then being around the people that you feel comfortable with because sir, a divorce, right? Let's do that. Then we don't have any problems with the technology. Where should they be? Placement. You don't have any placement problems. You just go, letter B, right? The letter between A and C, letter B. Letter B, letter B, letter B, right? So no attachments, no promises, no, just, do you know the way to San Jose? So just forgive, debt, and trespass, love, on eternal, faithful peace. It works really good in Poughkeepsie, works really good in Kalamazoo, works good in San Jose, LA, San Diego, even the Bronx Zoo. Yes, sir. True, true, true. Brooklyn, right. No more, somebody smells in here. I hope you can stand it, right? No more having to take the train, watch the sliding doors, pay your extortion, destroy the island, make it sink, build more ginormous monuments to stupidity on it. Hey, what's the name of that tower? If Donald Trump can't figure this out, then I can't help Melania and Barron from making $28 million, which isn't real. Maybe people are doing that to make people make more money. So the technology starts to isolate and target, if it's getting better at having to police, the people that are demanding the money. Show me the money. Congratulations, Jerry. Now you're still my agent. Right? Maybe that's the case. I can't tell you. I'm not Radigan, nor am I Basil of Baker Street. I am the gracious good shepherd. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Share, care, give, and course, be it built to last. Forgive dead, trespass, loved ones. It's deliverance from evil. Deliverance from evil. Everybody have some pie. You don't have to pay money for it, right, Oprah? Okay, there you go. We'll learn how to make our own. There you go. And homemade pies are wonderful. Trust me. And we're given the right ingredients and the time to make them. And okay, what are we doing? We had a lot of people get together. We had just a pie making collaboration. It was more fun. We made ourselves sick for 2 days, but damn it, it was worth it. And we didn't stream any crazy egotistical TV shows on Hulu. But we listened to lots of Ella Fitzgerald, Nancy Wilson, and Sarah Vaughan. And we decided collectively, we love those women's voices, right? And then after that, we listened to No Me Quiero Más. Getting goosebumps. We got goosebumps and we cried. And we all passed out in a sugar coma for a day and a half. I'm just kidding. But did you guys get it? Okay, I love you. Oh, coconut cream. Say it isn't crow. Banana cream. Banana cream pies are good too. I haven't had one of those in a long time. But you don't need too much. The older you get, and the more chemically poisoned you are, the less pie you cry, and the more you want celery and carrots. But eventually, you want to be able to maintain a healthy life through not toxic stress and abuse and being poisoned by jealous perverts. So you can enjoy, a coconut cream or a banana cream pie now and then. That sounds marvelous. Wonderful, marvelous, as marvelous, no, as the marvelous, that's what it is. So marvelously, there we go, L-Y, there we go. Just put an L-Y on it. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Okay, father, son, and lolly. No selling. Just share them. I like adverbs when they work, right? Okay. A noun is person, place, or thing. Verb, that's what's happening. So, okay, guys, I'm going to load this one up. We'll go out in the bar and get our shots up. Be good. If you can't be good, please try to shut the fuck up. If you can't do that, I'll take care of it.